fun.
Are we live? We are live. I heard so.
Yes, we are live.
Oh, amazing. Hello, everyone.
Amazing.
Yay! The Bingothon special. My name is Dotra. I am your friendly music producer tonight. And I have some co-hosts with me tonight. Introduce yourselves, you guys.
From Germany. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Trex.
So yeah, this is Trix and Data Collaborate. They are going to co-host with me tonight and trying to fulfill some of the bingo goals I'm doing. So let me talk about the run real quick before we get into it. So we have like a 3-hour estimate right now, and the goal for the bingo is that I have to finish a song within all the goals on the bingo board. So I will actually try to completely black out the bingo board, and there is a couple of stuff on there I have to do while doing the music and trying to explain what I'm actually doing. I did one run in summer this year, and it was actually like really fun for a lot of people to see and to get into the workflow that I'm using. Also, you guys donated on Bingothon last weekend towards Vaporwave as a genre being made. So I'm going to do that tonight. Thank you so much. Those donations did go towards Fred Hutch. And I don't know if Pika's still here, but he can maybe tell you something about Fred Hutch.
Yes, absolutely. If we've got some time here, which is really cool. I guess most of you remember indeed who Fred Hutch are from the actual marathon. But for those of you that don't know, it is usually a cancer research center in the US that is currently focused actually on research on the COVID-19 vaccine and trials. And it actually has been named the coordinating center for the COVID vaccine prevention network back in July of 2020. And as you can see, during the actual marathon, we raised over $2,110. And even though we're out of marathon, we can still donate towards them during this run. So as I said in the intermission, if you still have any last donations you wanted to do but couldn't do during the marathon, now is the perfect time. Cheers.
Amazing. So I think I'm ready to go. We can start whenever I get the sign and reveal my bingo board. Trix, you gonna do a countdown?
All right, let's do a countdown. Start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Thank you. All right, let's see what is on the bingo board. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. For the most part, I think it's good to get rid of the most basic stuff you start when producing a song, which is the drum groove. Let's see. I have in row 5 make a drum sound with a synthesizer, which is pretty much really easy, but I'm going to do that later. I have record anything with a mouth. That can be anything. Record a percussion with my mouth. So that will come in handy. I would say when I look at this, it's pretty much easy to say I would start with a drum groove. And we're gonna do that right now. I have prepared myself a little bit for this year's Bingothon. I actually made a drum rack, which you can see over here, with a lot of different options, so I can like pretty much just switch through all of the samples I'm going to use.
Nice.
And I will switch views as well, and directly going into arrangement mode. The big thing about Vaporwave is that it's really repetitive. It's based on like sampling music. So when you take a track and slow it down and chop and screw it up, that's pretty much like the basics of Vaporwave. But over the last, I would say, 7 years, it has evolved into like this really something of its own. And the foundation for a basic vaporwave groove is like a 4 to the floor beat without the kick being played at all times. So it's pretty much like an 80s groove. A good example for that would be like Phil Collins kind of drums, Genesis in that matter. So we're going to start like with a simple kick. Going to...
Oh, wait a second, but Genesis is more like the pop rock, huh?
Yeah, but it's like still, I think vaporwave is...
Is this really a 4 on the floor, or is this more like the pop?
Just from the rhythm side, yes. But it is, you know, 4 beats per bar. The basic groove at least. So if we have that, we have a really simple drum groove, and then we can extend that, like, you know, put some kicks in here and there. And just snap them in real quick. So, since we have our basic drum groove, we don't need a lot more by now. We're just going to duplicate that. And what I want to do is like a 16 bar loop, which goes at 80 BPM around 45 seconds. And I would go for one first goal on the bingo board right away. Use a well-known Christmas chord progression. What that means is actually, I actually prepared that one. I will use the chord progression of Last Christmas and put an own synth over it, and then just use that as a base for the whole song. So when it comes to synthesizers, I can use pretty much anything. Last time I only used hardware synthesizers and the Ableton internal stuff, but as of now, I would say it's a lot faster and a lot more convenient to use a couple of better synths where I don't have to prepare a lot. So I would say the Serum is a pretty well-known synthesizer. And
if it comes to the analogic synthesizer, might be cool from Cherry, the MG-1, which is pretty new and also free. It's pretty cool for if you want an analogic style of VST.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna use what I'm like familiar with. So for that, yeah, so that is pretty much the chord progression that is going on in Last Christmas. It is a combination between A minor and A sus4. So I'm just gonna step through some like presets maybe and see if like I do have a fitting sound. That, for example, sounds pretty nice.
I can say my favorite Christmas song is from Chris Rea, Driving Home from Christmas.
Oh,
it's my absolute favorite Christmas song.
That's true. Like that's a real banger.
And when I hear this, I feel like, oh, my heart is warming.
Okay, so we have like our the foundation pretty much for our song right now, but everything sounds really stale. So I would say we're going straight up for a next goal, which is, let's see, like, what do we have? Use jingle bells in any way, which is kind of funny. I don't have jingle bells with me right now. I don't know. Do you guys have anything like any jingle bells percussion at home? Like just little bells. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, like, I maybe have a plugin for that. Really good plugin, really cheap one. It's called Skaka, and it's just a percussion synthesizer actually, where you can make like really good grooves. Let's see if they have. They actually don't have jingle bells as well. That's really unfortunate. they have like tambourines and shit, but yeah.
I have a really good sense, but it's not it.
That's why I'm kind of prepared for this. I have like got some samples in just in case I don't have anything. Yeah.
You can use from Ableton. They have good jingle bell stock sound. Just type jingle in.
Oh, okay. I will I'll get to that in a second. Let me just drag in like this, just one little thing, and make the beat just a little bit more interesting. So a lot of yeah.
I recall making bell samples in Serum. It's not hard, but I forgot how to make them. Yeah, you can quite do actually anything in Serum if you want.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can pretty much make anything with a synthesizer, and you just have to know like how to do stuff. On my last bingo, I, for example, did like kick drum, snare, and hi-hats with the operator in Ableton. But I think I'm going to stick to samples. It's just a little bit more convenient. Let's see. Sometimes it's like really good for you to just drag stuff in, and then, especially with like lo-fi and vaporwave music, just, you know, take a little bit of the sample and then just let it play as a, you know, kind of background thing. So I have this like little, they actually sound reversed. Yeah, that's fine. And then just, you know, have it in the background. That's, for example, that I really can enjoy. I will take this little bit here. Yeah. I would say like
it might be cool if you have this jingle bells, which is between the eights, you know.
Oh, I will come up with something different. Like we are far from ready.
A bit of automated.
Yeah, I mean, for now, like it's really convenient to make like a full groove, or basically for vaporwave the full song in just like these 16 bars, and then you can, you know, when you're actually arranging the song, you can pretty much, you know, adjust it the way you want it. I kind of like that. Maybe add some percussion sounds to it. I do have to do a percussion with my mouth, right? So let me check that one thing off first. What was it again? Use jingle bells in any way. So, I'm going to add like a little bit of, you know, rhythmic to it. Not too much, but just enough that I, you know, have something in the background while the whole drum groove is playing. These little bits, like, make the whole thing interesting in general. So, I would say what's missing to it is like a general hi-hat. Then we're just going to use the first hi-hat at all. Maybe make the whole thing a little bit slower. Alright, so now we have our pretty much ground set, like our foundation for a vaporwave song set up. Next thing I would say I'm going for is, that's a really good question. Record a bass sound and make a MIDI clip with it. I mean, I'm down with that. But first of all, I want to get a little bit in depth into sound design. What do you have, especially in Vaporwave? Normally, when you turn down the pitch of the tracks, you were actually like chopping and screwing. The drums get like weird Hall-y effects by its own, since you can hear a lot more of the frequencies that were actually cut off during the mastering production. But if you pitch it down, you have a lot more like space in there. And for drum sound design, I basically go for a reverb and some saturation, and maybe like some kind of echo delay, which is the same thing. Like an echo, you probably most likely know, is just a short repetition of what was playing before, and an echo delay is pretty much redefining the sound a little bit, so it filters out the sound. There's a really convenient plugin for that, which is the Grammar Tape Audio that I'm using a lot for these kind of drum settings. So it will delay, but it just gives that shorter delay and a little bit filtered down. So instead of like the normal drum groove, you have a little bit of like swing after it, which makes it so much more full and really goes well with the whole Vaporwave thing. And it really brings up the groove in your whole track. And then obviously, you can add a lot of reverb, cut up the lows. So you get those drums a lot more spacier, and in the mix, you actually want to have them a little bit lower than the rest of the song. They're just floating around, basically, at least for this kind of genre. When you produce lo-fi music, it's a little bit different. You want to have like more punchier drums. But for Vaporwave, it's nice to have them like flowing in the background. So, yeah, these little parts where you like edit the audio to your liking are super important in music production in general, like filtering, putting effects over stuff, trying out different things. Those are the little bits that a lot of like new musicians struggle with, but it's super important that you just, you know, try out a couple of different effects, equalizing, especially like cut off the lows here in these bell sounds, so they're only like slightly in the background. If you do that, like,
yeah, mostly cutting also away. If you see this right in the end of the rights,
that's
of the rights here in the end, you have also a little bar, and I also cut this mostly out because you can't really hear this anymore.
Yeah, especially like on the really low frequencies and really high frequencies, you can cut things out, then shape it, you know, maybe make it less bassy, maybe make it a little bit brighter, you know, experiment with that, and then shape the sound like you want it. What I'm going to do for the chords now, I think I'm going to use a really nice plugin that I've been using for ages right now. It's the Super VHS. It's such a simple plugin, but it really gives that VHS like feeling. Like
oh yeah, that's super good.
And if I turn it off, it just sounds like so much better already, with just like, you know, a little bit of that wow and flutter, which is basically when you have a vinyl record or a used tape and it's kind of, you know, stuttering a little bit because it's so old. That's how you basically
There are also plugins existing you also can use if you want a more cheaper version, like for Isotope, the new vinyl update is really good for it, or Max for Life if you Ableton sealed version user. There is a Max for Life plugin which is tape. How is this chord tape chords?
Yeah, something like that. There are so many free options, and I'm going to show off some of them as well. Like free plugins that literally everyone can use. You can also do these kind of like pitch shifting effects in Ableton itself. Maybe I get to that on a later hand. There's a plugin called Frequency Shifter, which can do the exact same thing for you. It's just, you know, it looks different. All right. Good. I think we can go to actually two of our goals right now, which is record a bass sound and make a MIDI clip with it. So I basically just have to choose any kind of sound and then record the audio, make a MIDI clip, and then just use that one single bit of the bass line to do the actual bass line. And I have another goal, make an arpeggio bass line. An arpeggio is pretty much that you play a note and then you play another note an octave higher or an octave lower, for example. So it's pretty much the same note, and then it's a following of different notes or the same note but higher or lower. So let's see. One of my favorite synths that I kind of got used to, also I think it's completely free, is the Dext, which is an FM synthesizer, which stands for frequency modulation. For those who don't know what frequency modulation is, it's pretty much you take a waveform like a sine wave, which we all know from school what that is, which is mostly the purest sound you can ever have. It's just one frequency, and you're going to modulate that with another sine wave, for example, on top, and then it creates, you know, a completely different one. And with frequency modulation, you can basically say, okay, you put 4 different frequencies on top of each other and create a whole new thing that is not possible without synthesis, like in nature. And that's like a really, really basic thing to say about frequency modulation. It's such a huge topic that I cannot go too much in depth about it. I would talk like the whole fucking night. So let's see. We might have some like cool bass sounds with it. Also, like really, really famous FM synthesizers are the Yamaha DX7, which is like the most famous one. It was used by almost everyone in the 80s. Pretty much every big song you hear from the 80s used.
Just read the text here below. A new donation by Pickastraw.
Oh, wait. Do we actually have a donation?
I actually wanted, just waiting till we had a bit of time to actually ask you, do we have time for a donation?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
All right, we actually got a $10 donation from someone named From Trick's Second Mom, who I'm sure is not totally Trix himself, our very own Trix, saying, keep up the good work, enjoy the music, everyone. And indeed, GG so far, let's keep it going, and thank you so much for your donation. Really appreciate it. And indeed, that puts us so far at a total amount of $2,120 for Fred Hutch. So, GG.
Amazing. Really, really nice. Yeah, keep them coming, you know.
Nice.
It's going for a good cause, so make sure if you have that kind of money, you know, it's good to support that noble cause, I would say. Okay, so I have recorded my bass sound as of now, and it's not in the right key, so I'm going to have to adjust that. So what I did is pretty much I made a new audio clip, chose the input from the synthesizer I had, and then just recorded it with audio. That's a really convenient feature you have in Ableton, and it's super easy to do that, and you can do that within seconds. Then I tracked this audio, which is pretty much just one note, onto a Midi channel, so I can now play with that.
I mean, you can do anything of kind of bass sound just by rubber band.
Yeah, you can do anything. You can record anything and make a bass sound out of it. But it's just, you know, I just wanted to explain like what I did. Let's see. Maybe I can like come up with something. The bass sound is also not like the clearest one. I basically took the first one I got. So there we go again with the sound design. It's what I do like right away to shape the sound into form. And a really good free plugin for that is actually the Isotope Vinyl. Or you're going to use the trash. It was free before. I don't know if it still is.
The trash was 1 month free edition.
Oh.
It's like a limited version. Not the version of this program, but it was from September, I think. The 1 month, if you buy a plugin on Plugin Boutique.
Oh yeah.
One synthesizer for free, and Trash 2 was included.
It's...
But I can also say Trash 2 is the best distortion plugin you can ever find.
It's one of the tools I use the most, and I'm going to use for the bassline especially the multiband. What that is basically it generates 3 separate categories of the sound. So it has the lows, it has the mid range, and it has the high range of the tone. And then I can basically put an effect over it. So for example, I'm going to get the low end with a little bit of tape saturation, which is just a really soft way to push up the low end. So it actually sounds bassy. Then maybe some like fuzz on the mid range. And some distortion on the higher range. Yes.
To clarify something.
Yes.
That donation was actually really from my second mom.
Oh. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, and I'm thankful for the donation, and as well for her taking care of me when I needed it the most.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you so much.
That was very wholesome.
Good luck.
Oh,
thank you. That was incredibly wholesome. I like that a lot. So, since we now have our bass sound shaped, and I can show you like this is pretty much a sound with the plugin. This is the sound without the plugin, so you can hear the difference immediately.
I would kind of more EQ this and give this a bit more saturation.
Yeah, that's obviously it's just, you know, it has a lot of low end. You can see that on the EQ8 as well, which is super convenient. If I press the button,
yeah, it needs more than bits. It needs more than bits because it's not really filled.
I think I can also like change it a little bit with the mid section, maybe just. All right. And let's get that together with our chords.
Maybe pitch is a bit down. It has a cool sound, then you can insert by the normal bass line into a slappy feeling.
Yeah, I will do that as well. I think I have some like slap bass kind of thing to it, but a really convenient thing as well to do is take the lowest note of your chord progression overall, and then you're going to make the whole bass line with that. That's like something I got taught like when I started making music. Play one note really low and use it as a pretty much as a preset for your bass line. And I think we're going to do that like right away. So let me do the clip real quick. I'm gonna copy paste the lowest note in. Make it a little bit bigger. Quantize it. So it's actually on point with the beat. And then always play like a note higher, so we have arpeggio bass line. I don't know how that would sound. That could actually be a little bit faster. Yeah, that's a lot better. Maybe I have to switch the sounds as well. We will see about that in a second.
Batterina saying, wish I had enough money and time to get into music production. Normally, you don't. Normally, you don't need real money because there are also DAVs existing, which is free completely.
Yeah.
Like Cakewalk is a free DAV. I think I open wie heißt das?
Open source
is it
or
freeware? I think so. The freeware,
Yeah.
like many people can use this in a different way, and Cakewalk is free to use. There are also plugins which you can free to use, and you can make also really high class productions with complete free stuff. So you have to just invest a little bit time to find, and yeah. But music production depends more on a bit of knowledge that you like to learn about and how you really create good music. It takes a bit of time for it.
That's true. Like when I started out, a lot of people are starting out with the software they get in hands with. There can be like really cheap software. It's pretty much just depending on your creativity. And then there's so many free options out there for like electronic music production. And really cheap hardware. So a small little MIDI keyboard costs like $50. It's really easy nowadays to get into music production and then just, you know, try things out. Watch tutorials as well on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff, you know, explaining things. All right. Trick set, actually a good thing. I'm going to layer that.
Exactly.
Going to layer that bass line with something else. I'm going to make a new MIDI clip and I'm going to choose like anything basically as a synthesizer. Maybe something on top would be good. A good, really nice plugin I frequently used is the Tal Uno. And I'm going to shift that down a little bit because it's super high.
From Tal production, there's also freeware, no? From Tal?
I think it is freeware. It at least was. Let me see.
Tal normally is also like the free. How is this called? Not open broadcast.
It's you can donate if you want to, pretty much. Like you can donate $1 and then you get
open source. Open source.
Yeah, but I think this is like completely donationware. So you know, you donate if you want to. Okay, so let's.
Can you make the chords a bit longer sounding?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm just working on the bass line, so I have like all the foundations of the bass line already there. I basically have the sound I use, so I had to record like a bass sound and make a MIDI clip with it. I made the arpeggio bass line to fulfill the goal, and I think I'm going to include the funky slap bass again, but I'm going to shape like the actual bass sound that is on top right now a little bit more. Yeah, that should be fine. So I'm going to use the trash again and then distort it a little bit. Take out a little bit of the lows because I only want those like mid sounds in here. I'm going to put down the gain of the sub, but put like some saturation on the mid. And something on the highs. Like maybe some distortion is nice. Put down the mix a little bit.
One quick question.
Yes.
Can you maybe up the volume from Ableton?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, in your audio, because it's a little bit low. Just like 10% or
yeah.
10%.
I think that should be better. Yeah, alright, nice. So I'm going to EQ that a little bit. And then we're going to like the really good goals in a second. So all the freestyle stuff will be really exciting where I just have to use the synth and then just jam of it. Also, what I'm going to do is like shorten the notes a little bit on the new bass line. So it's just like a plip. Kind of like a pluggy thing. So yeah, you said something about like making these chords a little bit longer, Data. I think we can do that. Maybe also.
And when it comes to then. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. The 1, 2 longer, then the 3 shorter, and the 4 longer till the next note is coming, and together combine them to a sidechain compressor with the beat.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. A sidechain could actually work really good. So what a sidechain is basically that one sound or one note, anything really, pushes down another channel. So if we have the chords right here, it's playing all the time. But if I choose to add some sidechaining, it can push down like every quarter of a bar. Let me find a plugin for that. The Kickstart is a really good plugin for that. You can do that with any kind of compression, and then you choose the source. But the Kickstart basically just does that for you. So it creates like kind of this wavy feeling.
It's kind of expensive one, huh?
No, it's actually not. It's like.
And the thing is, like, I'm still using
$10 or so, I think.
I'm still using the Ableton stock.
It starts to resemble home music, right? Yeah, it really does.
Nice.
All right. Okay. What else do we have? We have a sample provided in Discord. Okay. I think Data you can do your thing right now. Because I would need that, and I actually need to go to the bathroom right now. So, any sample, anything that you want, you can record, and I have to use it in any sort of way. You can give me hints on how to use it, but you know, be creative, and I'll be right back in a quick second. I'll let the loop play. You know, maybe you can tell the viewers while you're doing something what you're actually doing, and then I come back and be all surprised to actually don't know what the hell is going on. Alright, then see you in a second. Data, good luck with doing anything.
Alright. Bacca mi tai rap. Alright.
Alright. Bakamitai rep. That would actually be a good thing. So yeah, Data, you can tell me when you're ready, when you have something. I will keep on doing stuff. So since we now have like 2 bass lines, I'm going to put them into one group. Ableton has one feature where you can group up things. And that's really convenient later on when you start to mix. So you basically just click on all the channels you want and then press Ctrl G, and then you have it in the group, and then you can put effects on that as well. If you didn't know that, that is a feature in Ableton Live 10, and it's super good to actually like really bring out the best out of your like your synthesizers and pads and stuff like that. All right, while we at it, I have a lot of things to do. Record a percussion with my mouth and record anything with my mouth. I kind of will combine them, I would say.
I would go for the kitchen items.
Oh, I actually would have to get some kitchen items by then. That's thing. I will do that in a second. Let me record something. The chat has any suggestion what kind of sound I should make with my mouth? You have 2 options. Go for it. It can be a phrase as well. I think we have something like that. Yeah, chat lets me record a phrase I have to use. I think we can combine those 3 goals really good. Alright, Floa. So if you guys have anything you can come up with that I can record, and I can record in like such a way that I can use the same sample for a lot of different things. Maybe something Christmas related. What's your favorite Christmas dish? Something from Home Alone? Oh, please. Give me a quote from Home Alone. Die Hard? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I actually don't know. Okay, I know a phrase from like keep the change, you filthy animal. Alright. I guess we're gonna go with that. And Trix came up with it, I'm gonna use it. Let's actually record that. keep the change, you filthy animal. Merry Christmas. You filthy animal. Okay, I think that can work. That's actually pretty stupid, but I like it. Okay, so that's chat lets me record a phrase. Record a percussion with my mouth. I have recorded something and I'm going to turn it into a percussion. So I'm going to show off a little bit of the magic that Ableton can do with audio editing. It's really convenient. So I've recorded it on the audio 10 track right here. Going to copy paste that onto a new audio track, and then I'm going to listen to it. Merry Christmas.
I kind of found an idea for a kitchen sound sample. Like, I took every spoon and every fork I had and put it together with some rubber band and make this.
Oh, that's beautiful. Can you send me the sample, please?
Sure.
Very good. That's exactly what I want to have.
You won't
So-
believe how stupid it looks. I put this mic on my knees.
Honestly, like, those are the best ideas. Sometimes I just sit around and take stuff from my table and I just make sounds with it, and then I record it and try to make something out of it. It's really, really so much fun, and it makes your music really organic because it's your own sound. That's the sound you created. And then if you adjust that with effects and all that kind, it makes stuff so hilarious sometimes. So that's pretty much the from Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And if I take that, just chop it up, and we do that as well here, but we double it. So it has, with the drums together, it sounds like. So that's your record a percussion with my mouth thing. But we are going to do a little bit of a weird thing here. We're going to use the same line, but we're actually going to reverse the last s. So it's more like a kind of sound. And then we can actually the arrangement that we have right now with the audio, you can make that into its own audio file by pressing Ctrl J. And then you have that as its own audio file. So that's pretty much our recorded thing, rearranged, and then made into a new audio file. So it's a complete loop, and you can just, drag it across the whole track as you want to. With that being said, I think do you have the sample for me? Yeah, you have. Oh wait. Data? You still here? Okay. As long as he's not here. So record anything with mouth and record anything that is lying on the table. I think Data combined that as well. So that's record anything that's lying on the table. That's a kitchen sound. Do we have that? No, I don't think so. But sample provided in Discord. When I get the sample, I will knock that off as well. We are getting really close to our first bingo. Reverse 3 samples. I have reversed 1 right now. Use a vocoder. That's probably what I'm going to do next. So this is the mouth percussion. It's always good to label your stuff because you actually don't, you forget what you're doing while doing music. That's what I always have. But we have this beautiful voice line of me. Merry Christmas. You filthy animal. That's actually really bad. I absolutely hate it. But we will use it somehow. With the magic of effects, you can do anything with music. It's pretty much that. Like, I heard a lot of really bad composed music, but it sounded just so incredibly good because of all the stuff that was going on after the thing was recorded. It's really interesting. So, music, I would say, is like an experimentation space. Okay, that's really, really, really damn trippy. I'm going to use the little tape delay.
If you want to check, you can check the clip. I sent it in the chat.
I need an audio file. I can't do anything with the clip.
We could also record this new with the recorder
If you can record it in Ableton, it would actually be a lot better. I need like an MP3 or a WAV file, or if somebody else can do that, that would be good as well. So, use a vocoder. I probably will use a vocoder for this. And I have like at least a decently good one. Or we can actually use the vocoder that Ableton gives with us. It's really crappy. But what a vocoder does, if you don't know about it, it's taking a sound source, like a synthesizer, a piano, a guitar, or anything like that, and it tries to synthesize the thing you put the vocoder on. In this case, or for most cases, it's vocals, but it also can be used in like any other thing. So we're going to use the vocoder on external mode, and I'm going to choose any sort of synthesizer, and I play the synth, a random synth without hearing, using the melody from the recording. So I'm going to combine those two things. So I cannot hear anything for a minute or two. Let me just quickly set it up. Contact. And we're going to use the contact as the audio source for my vocoder. It's really interesting. You can link everything together. Okay. I'm going to choose like a random preset. Maybe a pad would be nice. Frosty, that sounds good. I don't know what it sounds like. Let me get the EQ over it. Then put the vocoder on external mode. Then I can select the audio from my contact. So I basically send the audio from the synthesizer directly to the vocoder, and it's affecting the vocal as well. Let's EQ that a little bit. And now I have to put off my headphones and actually play something while the song is playing, and I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm figuring something out. All right. This will be interesting. I have no idea what the hell will be going on. There's not even coming out something. I have actually no idea why that is. I have absolutely no idea why. why that is. Oh, maybe because I used like a new instrument. Now I'm curious. I don't want to hear the sample. But now there should be a sound. I don't know how it sounds, but we'll just do it. Okay, obviously like this. So that should be something. I actually want to listen to it, like how it sounds. Wow, that sounds really fucking bad. That sounds absolutely awful. But that's the cool. Wait. Oh no. That was the frosty one, right? So it's now taking the affected signal, and I'm going to freeze the track. Oh wait, it cannot be frozen. That's great. And I have to use that in any way. That's like how the rules go. So yeah, rip. The synth was actually really fucking bad. That's why you don't decide for a sound when you cannot hear it. But we're all doing it for charity, so I guess that's a good thing. God, it actually sounds awful. I gotta apologize for that. Oh wait, is it? Why is it not recording? Oh, yeah, I know why. Let's go. Should be fine, I think. You can add it if you like. No, I want to like go with the rules of the bingo board. You know, no cheating allowed. We are not cheaters in here. Something is really good in there. And I think I will use like this short little thing right here. That was actually sounding quite good. Depending. So I'm going to lead the vocals and this, and I'm just going to use that very, very short snippet. No cheaters allowed. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You can barely hear it even. That's actually really fucking stupid. And also it's just you know, a tiny little bit of the whole thing anyway. I'm just going to put a load of effects of it and try to make it sound as convenient as possible, but it sounds awful in itself. Okay, so we have that. That's the Christmas vocal, and then we already have another thing on the bingo board. Before we go into arranging the whole thing, I would actually say I will fulfill a lot more goals. As I said, like in the very beginning, it's really, really easy if you have like the 16 bar loop full of stuff, and then you go into arrangement. So you have all sorts of sounds, and then you can decide, okay, what do I take in? What do I take out? What do I want in at this point? Where can I make adjustments? Also I have like user vocoder. Yeah, I'm still waiting for data samples, so I have to do that. Okay. So use a kitchen instrument. That's also what data did. I just have to wait for the sample, literally. Do not listen to the synth sound and make a melody. I already have that as well. Use a piano to jam over the track. That's actually quite a good goal. Let's do that. I like piano sounds in general, so that's a super convenient thing to do. And we're also going to mess with that sound a little bit, so it sounds really trippy. But the whole magic is pretty much just creating that one big loop and then going to the arrangement and make a full song out of it, which is a little bit more interesting than what I'm doing right now. I'm just collecting ideas, and that's a good way. Like, these bingos are a really good way anyway to just don't focus too much on making a track, but more like collecting ideas and then work with it. I can highly recommend it, especially to like producers that are new, to just try out something, come up with 25 goals that you can actually fulfill, and then, you know, just jam out, have a little bit of fun with music, and it's very, very refreshing. Oh, we have a rate from the Sunshine community. Thank you very much. So, just in time for the piano. That has to sound a little bit differently though. So, I'm going to use like some effects of it just to make it a little bit more like lo-fi. A good plugin I have as well. Oh, yo, Data, you're back.
Which channel I can upload?
Well, I haven't heard you. Like, what did you say?
Yeah, I was recording that you had to find out how to record because I wasn't really enabled.
Oh yeah, just send it in PMs to me. That's fine. So I can fulfill like the next bingo goal. Okay, we have a piano. And it sounds very trippy. Let's do this.
You can say, last time I got the piano with the Midi band from here. Big.
Yeah, I think something from that I can use. It doesn't really matter what kind of thing. It can be like a super small loop from the audio, and I think there's like this good. So I will cut that off right here. I think that would work perfectly for a good loop. Data was very required, but have you sent me the sample? I'm going to slide into his DMs and tell him to send me the sample. That's how you do it in 2020. Yeah, you gotta be very polite and ask for samples in the DMs. So the next time you have a personal favor and you slide into their DMs, ask them for samples. That's how you have to do it. Okay, we have our keys as well. Make a plug melody using FM synthesizers. I have that as well, funnily enough. But I think I'm going to undo that and do something else. Ooh, now I'm getting into the tricky stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is, we also don't have a bingo quite yet. We are really, really close to getting like our first bingos.
Alright, at the end you.
Alright, that's amazing. That's really good because I can work towards 3 bingos at the same time. That's super convenient. Let me
Is my voice kind of getting bad, or?
I think that's because my internet is absolute garbage, and it's kind of cutting off at some points. At least for me, I don't know how it's on Trick's side, but for me it's really bad. She's really. I'm not going to say
It
that.
sounds like an old recorder, which is pretty funny.
but she's really going to use the kitchen hi-hat, if you know what I mean. It's actually super on beat. I don't even have to do anything. It's weirdly offbeat, but it like super. It fits so good to the like straight.
First half is kind of loud, and then the second half.
I think I have like one part where I maybe cut it.
Really sounded like an old record from 1920.
Now I can't even not hear as well. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe like Discord is like screwing around with me. I can like barely hear you or like understand you what you say. It doesn't matter. We keep continuing. But the sample is so nice. I like that. Okay. What else do we have? By the way, you know, shout outs to George Michael. Just want to say that real quick. I actually have to look at my bingo board.
Yeah, right in heaven.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so
I just wanna say really quickly that I'm really jealous at George's haircut.
yeah, dude. I mean, look at this. That's beautiful. That's the hair I would wear right now. We gotta admire that, you know. If you use his chord progression,
This is from the 80s. This is from the 80s after his.
After his.
It might be after Last Christmas.
Oh, that could be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same haircut. I mean, this is some more blonde in this hair, some kind of.
So, all right. I think we have to go for the next goal, which is a slap.
I was kind of want to say Faith, but Faith was in the early 90s.
Yeah, I mean that was in the 80s. Like at that time, that photo was shot. At least. I mean, someone can correct me, but that was the promo picture for Last Christmas. So I just used that to hide my background. You know, you don't know what's on my desktop, and that's for a good reason because it's full of stuff. Always be safe. Always hide your desktop, folks. That's a good advice. I can already say that to you. All right. Bass.
Hey, but it's George Michael.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Okay,
the thing is, what cool would be is like if you have the slap bass note every 4th note and every 7 to 8 note.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm experimenting with that now. Why is it so low? Holy shit. I think like the first one was like pretty good. The one afterwards was like really fucking bad. Let's see if I can like shave that a little bit off. Like it doesn't need much, but a tiny lick. Okay, that's too much though. So I think that's the right way to go. That's a slap bass line for that. I'm going to adjust that as well. Just cut off the lows and just do some general sound design with it. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to be there as a like. I think a slap bass is a really nice sound, like ear refresher. Like when you want to have something happen, but nothing like super dominant, like a lead melody or something like that. So something just that plays in the background, and I think a slap bass or like some kind of like really decent synthy bass in the background that plays like every 4 bars, every 8 bars is really like lifting up your sounds, lifting up your ear to be a little bit more conscious of what's coming next. Importantly, if I put on the keys right now, the keys would be in focus. And they are loud, holy shit. Yeah, Berserker would be really good as well. He's a really professional musician from the States who's also streaming on Twitch. Shout outs to him. Okay, so I think we have most of our loop done. I have a bingo. That's the first bingo of the day. A real problem is I need a fireplace for a sample. Bingo. So I need a fireplace to make a hi-hat. Make a plug using a FM synthesizer. I can do that really quick. Use resonators and percussions. That's also really quick. Most of the stuff is now really quick. Sample provided in Discord is also a thing. Change BPM drastically and let co-host decide for my actions for 3 minutes. I think that's a good one for Data if he's doing that. But okay, I want tricks right now. Tricks and Data. While I'm going for a quick pee, we can use any kind of Christmas market atmosphere. So I'm going to challenge you to, for the next 5 minutes, to search for any video of any kind of Christmas market that I can use as a background atmo. Are you done with that? Are you actually still here? So that would be good. Like a little bit of background atmo, something that is in a, just in the back. I mean,
Right.
I mean, yeah.
To me, Christmas markets are like bratwurst or glühwein, and because that's the only thing I did on Christmas market.
I mean, do you have a bratwurst on your hand? Can you make a sound with your bratwurst?
No, not right now. Sorry.
Okay. God damn, you're not prepared, man. You're not prepared. Okay, so I would say I will challenge you to make any sort of drum sound with a synthesizer. Can you do that? I mean, Data can do that as well. Just a simple like one-shot sound. Anything.
All right, but we're gonna try.
Okay, we're gonna try because I have to go for a pee super real quick, and I give you some time, maybe like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes is all right. I'll be back in no time. Imagine being prepared. Okay, let the song play for a little bit, and I'll be right back.
So, Data, what do you think? Like, what?
Alright, back, and I sent you a sample.
Did you send it to Panda or? Data? Are you here?
When it's even tricky, so low for me. And it's low, I mean so quiet.
You can just pull my audio up in Discord.
So, I'm back. What is it?
So, Panda just went for a quick pee for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. And he asked us to maybe make something like some atmosphere from a Christmas market. And I was thinking that like the only feeling that I have with Christmas markets is bratwurst and glühwein.
Sorry, the thing is like, sadly to say, Christmas market flair this year is sadly to say not possible because you can everywhere you found is like the Christmas markets are down and silent this year because of the corona, still the duty. So if you want to help everyone, if you want to help to get COVID-19 more defeated and the research more fastened, you can help a Bingothon by donating some money, and we can try together to find faster, helpful antivirus. The thing is like, when I should search about a Christmas market sounds from 2019 because they are there, so I could maybe create of them an ambient sound.
Well, I was actually thinking because there's. Oh, yeah, sure. That's like if you do that, that's fine. But I was thinking because of the bratwurst that are available during the Christmas market, maybe we can like the sizzling sound from the bacon. Maybe that's actually like
Well, that will be a crispy
nice
sound, right?
yeah, exactly. So that maybe that's like good for an FX that's like a razor.
I can try to find some YouTube videos and take out the sounds of it.
Yeah, and let me quickly try to find the goal that Panda was talking about.
I created for him a fireplace hi-hat group.
Let's see.
Right in the quick.
Yeah, okay, so we're just going for the Christmas market atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah, the easiest thing is like I tried now with the bratwurst ASMR.
Just like search YouTube how to make how to prepare a bratwurst or something. I think that would work.
Right. I think you pretty much got tired of the loop. How is the drum sounds going? Because
so we actually went for like the sound of a bratwurst that's baking.
Oh, that's beautiful. Can you send me the stuff?
But that's not a vegan sound.
I mean, it can be a tofu bratwurst, right? So we're going to accept the fact that it is like that. Okay.
That's not a vegan sound, that's true.
but it is, tofu bratwurst. I actually ate that once, and it was kind of good. Not gonna lie, it was good. Okay, so we have the fireplace hi-hat from Data. Could you raise Strix and Data's volume on Discord? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. I will do that real quick. We have some time. I don't know. We are probably like 1 hour 30 minutes in, 1 hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, 1 hour and 23 minutes. So
Okay, that's perfect.
There's a lot of time to black out this bigger
I
board.
think I found a good video. I will try to make a sentence out of it.
For the Christmas market atmosphere.
I think
that's
bratwurst, crispy bratwurst, would be kinda heavier to find.
I mean, I can use anything really as a sound for percussion. You just have to use any kind of synthesizer. So like you use any sound you like. Maybe modify it. Maybe don't modify it. Like whatever. I think the fireplace hi-hat percussion from Data is really nice. Let's see how it goes with the drum.
I can't actually hear the music right now, so I'm just gonna mute myself again.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks. Okay, so we only have one bingo as of now, but what I'm going to do right now is put the resonators on percussions. That's a really easy one. So we have this kind of percussion sounds, and the resonator is pretty much, you gotta imagine that you raise frequencies on a tone. And every tone exists of frequencies. I can show that to you real quick with an equalizer. So here's the EQ. And you see these little bumps all over the place. That's the frequencies that they are actually using. So what I can do right now is select the bell curve, which is a really, really sharp one. Raise it up. Then solo it. It might be a little bit low. Here's a good resonance. So that's one tone of the many tones the percussion sounds has in it. And what the resonator does is pretty much like activating those frequencies to be a little bit louder and to be harmonic. So I'm going to put that over this this beautifully simply percussion groove.
Bro, do you see the message?
Not yet. I've seen the message that I
with the fireplace hi-hats.
Oh yeah, I have already built them in. Like those are in there. I have to use what would I have to do? Make a drum sound with a synthesizer? Use any kind of Christmas market atmosphere? Currently I'm doing use resonator on percussions.
I see this.
So right now I'm doing like the resonators on percussions.
I'm into it.
Okay, really nice. Then I can explain like how resonators works. So I will use like a tone that is represented in the whole chord thing. We're going to go for C#3. gonna pitch that 1 octave up, 1 octave down. Maybe put up the gain a little bit. So that's the sound with the resonator. And that's the sound without the resonator. You can really hear the difference between those two. So with these kind of like resonation stuff, or like with just using an EQ, you can create melodies with pretty much anything. Then let's see if that works with the chords. There's your melody. Okay, so that's that. we still only have one bingo as of now, but we are really close to getting the full blackout at once. Okay, we get into the fun stuff right now. Thank you for sticking by, because this was actually more tedious than I thought it would be. But that's just how music production works. So now I'm going to copy paste the whole things we made so far. And I'm going to copy paste them into like 2 or 3 minutes and then start arranging. The arrangement is simply done by taking out stuff, taking in stuff. There's a rule of thumb that you can use all the time without having like basic knowledge, but 2 things in, 2 things out, which basically means to make parts more exciting, you put 2 things in, or you put 2 things out. So you can start with like drums and a bass line, and then you put like some percussions in there and maybe a pad, or maybe a cool synthesizer that works with that kind of flow. And while you take in stuff, you can take out stuff and make a track really exciting with the things you have built within these 16 bars. It's a really good production trick, especially for someone who just starts out and just doesn't have any fucking clue what is going on, how to make a good like pop structure, maybe a good like EDM sound. Just make a loop, start taking things out and taking things in again, and then switch with those things, because the loop you made is the full program. That's the top of the song.
E word.
The E word? What's the E word? I want to know. Is it TOS friendly?
Panda, your microphone is a little bit stuttery, and not stuttery, like it distorts. So
yeah.
check the connection, maybe. Done, I think. Now it's good again.
Yeah, that could be sometimes the case. I've plugged it in, plugged it out.
Alright, that works again.
Okay, so we have like a really awful arrangement, and now what we are going to do...
Depends on your connection too.
Yeah, it depends on my connection. That's true. So now I'm going to take out... let me actually rename something first. Fireplace hats. So, I think I'm going to start with chords and some like really simple percussions. I'm going to take out a whole bunch of the drums. Then I'm going to take out the slap bass, and I'm going to take out the piano completely until the break where I take out the drums. move that part a
Okay,
little bit
got
longer.
your ambient sound.
Really good, really good. I'm almost there to actually take a listen to that. So what I'm doing right now is actually what I'm just I just was what I was saying. I'm taking out things and I'm taking in things. I just do it randomly because I already know like kind of where I want to do or what I want to do. Okay. So these kind of percussions can be taken out from here and here. And the mouth percussion should be completely away for the most part. While we do that, we can actually work for the next bingo goal. And that is two things. Make a 30 seconds break and change the BPM drastically. But I think we're going to do the change BPM drastically later on. And just work on the complete arrangement. So, first thing first, if you want to do good arrangements, ear candy is absolutely the key. What ear candy means is little slight things that don't change the melody at all. It just changes how the melody evolves into it, and that's, for example, filtering something out. So what I'm going to do is like right at the start, I'm going to filter the melody in really slowly, comes in without any kind of struggle, and then just stays in, and then maybe goes out again. It's that little bit of things you hear it, and then you don't hear it again, and it just, you know, kind of swapping in between before it gets to a break or a chorus. And I'm going to do that like over the course of the whole track. Remove the kicks, remove the snare, the hi-hats, but only from the second part. So right now our main chord basically comes in, stays in for just a short amount of time, and then I will remove it again and put a lower, and only like put it up on key points, like the transition of 4 bars, for example. Right here. And this is the little ear candy stuff that I was talking about. It's just, you know, small changes in the sound, but not really the melody. It's just, you know, the melody comes in, melody goes out. And that takes a while. It takes also a lot of feeling. It depends on how long you've been producing music. But the longer you produce music and you kind of get the feeling to it, like how things should evolve over time, and you listen to a lot of music as well. That's what I use for my tracks. I use a lot of references from music I listen to and I really enjoy. And I try to make like the arrangements like that way, and then you really get a feeling of how you should do these things to make a song interesting with only the few things we have in our track. Yeah, it's not really Christmas vibey anymore, honestly. I gotta say that. And also, I have to reverse one sample of choice. But I have an idea. I actually have a good idea. Okay, so now we have a really, really basic arrangement. That is good for now.
Alright.
So did you send me some? Yeah, you did. Oh, Nuremberg Christmas market ambience, really, really fucking good. I like that. Ooh, that's good. So there's also a thing in Vaporwave where you have.
Oh, you can use this also as a break. You can use this ambience also for a break.
Oh
sound.
yeah, that's really good. I think I'm just going to loop the whole thing and like put it up into the break. Let's listen to it. Oh yeah, oh that's really, really nice.
I just EQ'd this a little bit, but not really made much about. Just cut it out where the people are really spoken. So like DCM free, DCMC free.
Yeah, oh man, that's good. You know, with this kind of music, and I think especially with like lo-fi music,
DCA free.
like on the whole low fidelity thing, it's really nice to have those Foley sounds, as you call them, in the background. Just, you know, it's like a tape hiss. You know, like the tape sound or vinyl sounds or vinyl cracking. It's just something.
It's probably...
You have in the background, and it just sounds good and relaxing to the ear. Okay, so I'm going to make that. A tune automation as well.
Take some compression or maybe a sidechain compression to it because get those frequencies not hitting together with other stuff.
Oh, that's not a problem. That should be fine. I just EQ'd out the most stuff of the ambience. And it's basically just running in the background. But that's a good way to show off another plugin that is actually for free if you have Reactor. Reactor is a beast of a machine from Native Instruments, and there's like one thing that I've been using for the past months, and it's the best thing ever. It's free. It's called Super VHS. Oh wait, no, that was the other plugin. How is it called? It's just called VHS, I think. Yeah, VHS 101. And god damn it, it has one of the best hiss sounds and like distortion sounds.
Oh, I've seen this a lot of times.
So just like the crackle sounds from this one is amazing. The options are so good. And you can even put like mic emulation in there.
The thing is, like, tape machines or tape delay machines are getting really... tape machine sounds get really commercial at the moment.
Right now, it's impressive that this actually makes a comeback, because tape machines were like pretty much abandoned for the most part because they had that sloppy sound, because the tape was like swinging and you have that like a little bit of pitch shifted sound. But right now it's coming back through the whole like vaporwave music, lo-fi music, also like artists especially using that kind of sound in bands. I've heard a lot of like this indie rock kind of things where they use synthesizers and tape machines. Really, really good. I love that sound.
Have you seen From Waves, the new?
Not quite yet.
Yeah.
You can send that to me later.
But this is a huge element into Britpop and something.
We have our second bingo, by the way, completed. So that's any kind of Christmas market used.
Nice.
And I would say
Bingo.
bingo. Okay, I have to actually decide what to do because we're not really good on time, actually.
Bingothon.
Bingothon. So, I will
make a plug plus Melothon using FM synthesis. Maybe is this a thing like you can combine the plug into a bell?
Yeah, sure. That's not a problem. That's actually what I was thinking to do. But let me. I actually
so
made
you can use the bell sounds in every first note.
Yeah, true. I could do that. Yeah, and I already made a 30-second break, but I think I'm going to do something. I'm going to add a melody, and then I'm going to combine it with. I'm making a plug with an FM synthesizer. Let's actually take the operator because that's the one I know the best. And where is it? Okay, I need my scale. Okay. That's actually more than enough that I need. So I'm actually combining only two different frequencies to each other. It's a sine wave and it's another sine wave on top. So that's cos 1 and cos 2 right here. And then I'm adding a square wave on top of the sound. So if I put that out, that's a sine wave. And you can see that over here in the EQ8. It's just one note. And if I add another sine wave on top of it, it adds harmonics. And if I add the square wave on top of it, you can see it does a lot of harmonics right now going on. And that's, in a really simple way, just the whole frequency modulation thing. So to make that a plug is pretty much just like a really short one-shot sound. We're going to take the envelope, put it really short. So that's cool. And now I'm going to add like a super ton of effects. The Super VHS, and I think I'm going to go for another tape delay. So we have like a really trippy sound. Maybe I'm going to make that a little bit longer. Maybe like that. Then we're going to play that FM synth on the break. And then we have our melody. We can make our 30 seconds break drastically change the BPM. And then I will let my co-host decide actions for 3 minutes.
Wait, I can decide what needs to be done right now?
I'm recording stuff.
Okay. So let me know when I can decide what to do.
Give me a short second, and then you'll be ready to decide what to do. I will listen to the FM synth real quick. The melody I made. So we have 4 more goals. Make a drum sound with the synthesizer. Change the BPM drastically. That's what I'm going to do at the very end. And let co-host decide actions for 3 minutes, so any kind of co-host has to decide what I have to do, what they think is the right thing to do, and I have to reverse 1 sample of choice.
Alright, do that stuff first, and then
Okay.
other stuff first, and then I'm gonna decide what you do.
Okay, I'm done with that.
Well, we still have to open the reversed 3 samples of choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
So better at best if you have this in the end of a bar or something.
I think I'm good actually on that, because let me think about it. I have replaced...
Or you can also insert some crashes, you know, like longer sounding crashes, or the gongs, you know.
We will do that when I let you decide what I have to do.
Well, I only have one request, to be honest. So I will let data do the rest.
Yeah, just.
I mean, you have 3 minutes. You can do whatever the fuck you want, right?
We can
you
finish
just,
the map completely.
Yeah.
Can you just make sure that you have your camera set up?
I don't.
The only thing,
I don't.
That's the only thing I request for my 3 minutes.
I don't. I don't have for a reason. I'm sorry, no cam today. I was not prepared for a cam. I gotta say that.
I was like, I wanted to say you have to dance to your own beat.
Oh,
What kind of wasted today?
I am a little bit, but I actually don't have my cam connected, and if I connect it right now, most likely OBS will crash because it's like kind of deactivated. If you had said that earlier, I actually would have done that. I look like shit. I'm sorry, but it is like that.
Maybe Pika can do it though, because Pika is quite a good dancer.
I heard so too.
Said earlier, you noticed the full week.
Any chance to dance is a chance to cleanse. Or something like that. Okay, the arrangement is done. For me at least. So reverse 3 samples of choice. I'm going to follow Data's instruction right now, even if we don't fulfill that Bingothon goal yet. I'm going to put in some crashes. Crashes are always good. I would say, like, let's go with the with a TR 909 or something like that. Crash. I love that crash.
You can use this in a reverse version and also like starting, you know?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get
But
at.
this is very modern from the sound. If you go to the analog sound, it's more like the 505 or the 606.
I don't even use that. That's like too old. That's actually too old. I'm basically just using 80s, 90s production stuff. So I don't have time to like actually look for a crash sample to reverse. So I'm going to use what I have. And the TR-909, I mean, that's like the end of the 80s. So that's fine with me. And the thing is, you can adjust the sounds anyway. Oh, he says, dude, next year we have to battle for the best music production bingo. And we have to switch between the runs while we're doing music. I think that gets a little bit more exciting because you're going to lose anyway. And oh, did he just say that? No, but actually it would be a lot of fun to let like the viewers decide, okay, which song is better at the end of the day, you know.
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh no, oh dunno, mate, dunno. Let's go. Okay, you can decide what I have to do in 10 seconds. And that's 4 bingos for me. Okay, you can decide what I have to do for the next few minutes.
3 samples of choice, but which samples you reverse now?
I reversed the crash. I reversed the belts. I reversed the Xmas vocal. That's the 3 samples.
The thing is, like, I need the track a bit louder.
I can do
Because
that.
I hear it from the stream, but from the stream the sound is pretty quiet. Can you turn up the sound from the OBS?
Yes. Is that better? And by the way, your 3 minutes are still running. Right? So you have to decide quick what to do.
Yeah, I have to know how the sound is because it's sometimes so quiet.
I turned it up a lot. You should be able to hear it. Or, okay, let's do it. I will play it from the beginning.
I think what I miss is like a voice. What I miss is like a voice in the track.
Yeah,
I tried
true.
to be quick.
True.
The George Michael George's Georgie's chords.
Georgie's chords. Yeah.
Chop them up and rearrange them in the after the break.
Okay.
That could be a thing.
Okay. I think I will have to record them. Okay, then what we're going to do, I will...
like with starter effects and even pitching down and stuff, even with the filtering and phasing, you can really bring a huge sound.
Okay, I will re-record anything, pretty much. When I'm changing the BPM drastically. So, I'm going to use Tricks or Twice right now. I'm going to record...
take the lyrics and sing Last Christmas.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Yeah, that's 2 things. That's 2 things. That's good for me. I'm going to record the chords for after the break.
That's
wait, I can
DMCA
freeze it.
free.
Is it? I don't know. Susan, can you cover me? Can you cover my butt for singing the world's most famous Christmas song?
Not really sure.
I don't think she would hear
you can
that.
take the refrain and do two spots in this.
I don't even know the lyrics. I would go with something. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away, This year will save me from tears. I give it to someone special. Okay, I have that. All right. This is really bad, and I love it, just because of that. We can auto-tune it, all right? Don't worry, folks. I'm actually a bad singer, but it does get better with auto-tune. Thanks, Antares.
Do you have Melodron?
No, I have Waves pitcher.
Everything gets better with autotune.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry, this is kind of delayed because I'm watching the stream and the stream has a kind of 20 seconds delay or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just going to record that real quick. I'm going to record that into the software and then.
The thing is, make this one take this one in mono for the basic sounds, and the second riff into the mid-tone voice to stereo.
I actually didn't get what you mean.
Because you have now a very low a cappella sound.
Yeah, I'm going to boost that up later. Like, I'm just going to tune it.
But take this in mono, I would take, say, and you don't need the mids and the highs by a low note vocal.
That's super trippy. I love that shit. It's really a low on volume, but I like that it's kind of like in the background, and it's also like not sang that much.
Take a second. Huh?
What I'm going to do...
Because you have Last Christmas instead, and you need a second time, which is Last Christmas. Then
No. That's actually counterproductive in a vaporwave sense, because you have already that pitch down.
Yeah, because you can pitch this a bit and you combine this.
I can use a plugin for that as well. I can use something. Let me think about that real quick.
Yeah, make it kind of double backing, you know?
Yeah, I think I can use the isotope vocal synth and then make like a double out of it. With like a higher pitched one. That might be a good idea. Let me. I haven't used the vocal synth in such a long time, but it's actually a good plugin.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just double it and pitch it higher, maybe.
I love how the last crit mess, the sound comes out so nicely now. Yeah, but because you have no de-esser on the line.
Yeah, I'm not going into mixing today.
But you can use this whole track as the Bingothon Winter soundtrack or something, because next winter you can let this play.
That's true.
When you have this mixed and stuff.
Yeah, I have to adjust the
And
things.
Bingothon can use this also because it's your sound.
Okay, I have the vocal synth on the wrong fucking channel. I was wondering. Okay, now it's distorted.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, that was weird.
What the...
Okay, now it's getting actually super trippy. Sorry for that.
Das ist einfach so Durchfall, ey.
Yeah, the vocal synth is an instrument that I'm rarely using because it gets too trippy.
This is so funny. I love it.
Yeah, it's actually just super distortion. Okay, please.
I mean, 50% of my whole production, home production when I make music is completely like random and the same shit.
Okay, let's try something out. I will just transpose everything one octave up. Okay, that sounds like shit. You can barely even hear it.
I use mostly when it comes to this vaporwavy style, I use a lot of flanger and phaser.
I don't at all. Like, it's strange, but I don't use any flanger. I use chorus a lot, but that's the thing. Okay.
Vaporwave is strange.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so
Come on.
Let's rename that because we want to come to an end as well. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's the chords. Yeah, Trix decided to change the chords.
Oh, you're still an hour.
I will freeze the chords. I cannot freeze them, so I have to record them. That's okay for me because I'm going to challenge you. my dear Data, to make the best drum sound out of any synthesizer you have available right now. And
I challenge you!
I challenge you because I actually have to record the chords into an audio track to make the what Trix had to decide with like the chop and screwing, and I didn't have done that already, so that takes 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes right now. I'll be right back.
With a synthesizer?
Yeah, with any kind of synthesizers, you make one sound that can be used as a percussion. So go with that. I'll be right back.
Do you have Tyrell?
All right. Do you have it for me? That's actually some really damn trippy stuff that I made. Holy shit. Honestly, that's a track for my album. By the way, new album is coming out next year. We're going to actually prepare a label release for us all next year. That is including me, that is including Data Collaborate, that is including Trix. We're working on our own label. We also will have tape releases, CD releases on there, and maybe vinyl releases in the future. So there you go. The Bingothon song for this year's winter is almost complete. Data, how's it going for the percussion? Okay, data doesn't say anything. That's really bad. Okay, but we have the chords as audio. That's really good. So I can actually turn that off. I'll listen to it. Oh, that's pre-FX. Oh, god damn. Okay, I made a mistake. That's really, really bad. But I have the audio. That's actually convenient. So I will just copy paste every effect over to the chords audio. Then just reverse it here. Data is there. Oh no. Okay, we're going to make a...
Alright, I will export. I'll give you some 8-bit shakers.
Alright, I'm done with that. Gonna make the final adjustments to the chords.
Can give you the... I'm not sure. Do you have Tyrell from Yuhi?
No. Give me the wave.
It's a free plugin. It's a free synth plugin.
Give me the wave. That would be the fastest.
Damn! You have to get it. This is such a great thing.
Yeah, on the fly, it's really bad to get though. I want to be like as much into the estimate as I can be. Music production takes a while. That's just how it is, you know. I think we can all sing a song from that.
Check.
You know, if you are into music production, take your fucking time. That's just how it is. Even with bingos, a 3-hour estimate for making a song is too low to make it super high quality. Most of my productions take a couple of weeks to finish them, and I think yours too, Data. You finish a song on one day, and then you'll be like on the other day, hey man, I gotta change this and I gotta change that. That's just the workflow of a musician, and don't be distracted.
The thing is, what I said to you is like, if I feel while the production don't feel the track, I not really bring it to the end.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you begin stuff and then you're like, okay, I'm not feeling it anymore. Okay, so I have the shaky.
Yeah, I'm mostly, I would say, delete. Even when I said like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, delete.
Sometimes it's for the better. It really is. Like, I do that super rarely, and I should do that a lot more, because it's just like, when it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and sometimes music just doesn't work. That's really how it is. I have days where I make great music, and I have a couple of weeks where I make really, really bad music. I have to be in the mood. I have to be in a good feeling, or maybe a really bad feeling, and then like my best tracks come to light. But if I'm going to like produce something like right now, and I have to work under pressure, it's good, but it's also really, really difficult. It's just a thing of like how comfy you are in the situation of making music. So you have sent me the 8-bit shaker that I have to use, which is make a drum sound with a synthesizer. Can I hear it? Oh, very nice. I'm going to use the same effects from the drums as well. make it a little bit delayed.
Yeah, this is not in the 16th, it's more like in the 8th, I would kind of say.
That's really good though, I like that. So I'm going to stretch that over the course of the track. I'm going to stretch it here and then make a cut right before the next part begins. What BPM is it?
Man, I could say I can soon make a new sample pack. I have so many new samples here.
But what BPM is the shakers you made?
I recorded that randomly, I think, but mostly was recording at 69 kappa.
You mean
use like on your...
Yeah, I have 69 as a thing, so. Okay, let me change that.
But the thing is, you can take the whole sound and stretch it to 69 if you want. Then you get the same thing. You have to stretch the whole sound.
Oh yeah, I can do that, but
if you click on the 92.
Yeah, I can do that, but I just do it really quickly on my own. Okay, so we are actually working towards our last goal before we are finishing the track and have it conveniently flow out.
You can like this BPM drastically. Use this as an uplift sound. If you come to the end, like you have in the 50th bar or something, you make on the master channel a quick 128 uplift BPM.
Oh, I have some ideas already. Give me a quick second.
But in the end of a part.
I think I will go for one thing, and that is change repitch. Okay, good. And then go on to the master channel. Show automation for the BPM in a new lane and take it from 60 to 69.
Do you have your microphone on?
Yes.
Because there's a little crackle here.
Oh, that's just the plugin, most likely. Okay. And there we have it.
Okay.
That's the full blackout. And that is time.
Drastically is, but not in the slow way, you know. Drastically is more like having a spike into 1-2 bars.
9 BPM is a lot. 9 BPM is actually a lot.
Just to make that clear.
Yeah, you could go crazy with that, but 9 BPM is a lot on like 62, 90, 69 BPM. Especially synth-wise, and especially like how the synths involved. But it's a full blackout bingo though. We have it done.
And we still have time for the mixing.
No, we actually don't. I'm super tired. That was actually exhausting as hell.
And bingo!
Bingo, 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 bingo! Beautiful! Beautiful emo. I love that.
Man, we did it, boys! We did it, boys and girls.
Honestly, I like that song, but I will change it until the final release. It's a good way though. Like, I got so creative with some stuff, and you guys sent me a lot of like cool shit that I had to like find in.
The time is cool. Yeah, the time. 2 hours and 23 minutes and 23 seconds.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. So yeah, that's the song. It was really nice to
not
do.
really, because it could go into 2 hours and 22 minutes and 22 seconds.
Don't complain about that. But honestly, it was so much fun to do like the whole Blackout Bingo like with you guys. It was amazing. It got me a lot more like on the spot. Where I was actually like, okay, I have to use something right now, but I cannot use it right now, so I have to come up with something different to keep like the whole production flow going. Especially like to keep producing and to kind of keep talking and stuff like that. It's super difficult when you don't have the necessary stuff to do like a bingo goal. It was really cool. And I want to thank the guys from Bingothon a lot. I want to thank like Pika, Floa, Trix, you, Data, the whole squad for like letting me actually make this again, because I couldn't do it on the weekend since I didn't have any internet connection, which was awful. But you guys donated for that for Fred Hutch, and I'm really grateful you did. We're going for the good cause. We absolutely busted one of the most famous Christmas songs ever and made something totally different out of it. So, yeah, that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're maybe going to do a Bingothon exclusive music production bingo league in the future. Let's see about that, where we have like a lot more goals and a lot less time. That would be exciting. So
follow on Twitter, get noticed.
Yeah, follow Twitter, get noticed. At Bingothon, at Data Collaborate, and at .ra Music. I don't know what there's to say. If anyone wants to step in.
Well, first off, that sounds actually like a really cool idea. I want to say here. But yeah, GG. So shoutouts to you, Panda, for making this work, especially considering you couldn't do it during the marathon. Shoutouts to you as well, Data, for coming in. Thank you so much. It's really amazing that we've managed to make this run work, because I think we all got kind of worried when we weren't able to.
Best co-moderator.
And indeed, I agree. That was actually really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I think everyone here had a lot of fun. I think all of chat can agree here. At least I had. And I hope chat would be around.
Yeah, I think we can do. I think we can do finish the track on stream by .raw with mixing and stuff.
I mean, we can.
Bingothon exclusive.
Yeah, that's true. Like for the next Bingothon, we already have our music in there, so we might have a special for the next Bingothon Winter, and for the summer one as well. It's sad that it's already over, but we do have a next year, and that's probably going to look a little bit brighter than it did this year. We had a lot of issues with coronavirus, and we have hopefully pretty good chances to step up and make things so much better next year.
Yep, indeed. Let's hope that things will be better by then. Hopefully they will be. But I think we're all looking forward to whatever you guys have in store for the next music bingo. So I think before we raid, is there any last words you guys want to say before we go?
I would say thank you all for coming by. I know it's a little bit difficult to watch somebody.
Thank you from Data Collaborate. It was my honor to be here.
Yeah, thank you also Data for being my co-host partner. It was a lot of fun to like actually talk to somebody. It's kind of difficult. Music production bingos are a little bit weird and sometimes a little bit boring as well. But you know, that's just how it is. It's the RNG of creativity that like holds you back a little bit from doing something like super amazing the whole time. And it's also not visually attractive. At least it's something that you guys might enjoy. And
I have some last words, by the way.
Yes. Please, go ahead.
If you, everyone, can take the time with your family as much as you can, because sooner or later you will be missing the time a lot. Don't forget